Like I'm just gonna look up and I will see a plane flying by and I will just say to myself, Paul, this plane is gonna take you to Europe one day. You know, that's what I had. I believe in it. Then I said to myself, Paul, if you step your foot in Europe, I'm not gonna come back. That's the promise I made to myself.
Had to let go on the last two transfer windows. Onuachu!
Paul is een winnaar. De lieve Paul die kan soms ontploffen in de kleedkamer, gelijk dat maar weinig kunnen.
Onuachu! Knap werk van Onuachu.
Daarmee, ik ben ook echt een believer. Een Paul Onuachu die kan in de Premier League meedraaien.
Hij is wel echt iemand, als hij iets wil, dan gaat hij er ook echt voor.
Hi, I'm Paul Onuachu. I play for Genk, and this is no day off. As a kid, despite the environment and the living, you're just happy that you're with your friends, going to school, coming back, playing football with bare feet. When I started wearing football shoes, when I started playing on a bigger pitch, 11 against 11, I was actually a midfielder. So I played as a midfielder. But it was, when I started growing, and I realized that okay, I think striker would be really perfect for me. My first month in the academy, I was really behind. When they do this running, they call it tempo run. So I was really behind in this kind of run, but they had a Ramadan break for like 2 weeks, so people had to go home to visit their parents. And I said to myself, Paul, if you have to make it, you have to stay back and train extra. And when the rest came back, I was like top 5, top 3. You know, if you really want to make it, it's up to you. You have to sacrifice. But you know, when you keep playing for years, nothing is coming. At a point, the dad will be fed up and say, "Oh, Paul, you've been playing a lot. I've given you transport money sometimes, but nothing is coming." They say, "Paul, you have to go look for something to do, look for a job to do to support yourself and the family." But I still didn't give up. I was like, Dad, there's nothing you say that will make me change my mind. I really believe in this, When I made it to Denmark, I didn't tell them first I was selected. So it was when I got to Denmark, I called them and said, Dad, Mom, I'm in Denmark, but don't say nothing, don't be too happy until I passed my trials. And I'm so confident, and I said to myself, if I step my foot here, I'm not going back. I think, Paul, I have it. I'm going to, you feel that yourself, and your teammates too, and the players around you, they know that okay, he's hungry, he's working hard, and they also push you. Of course, it didn't go so smooth from the start. Of course, you have a point where you're like, but I knew that okay, Paul, I had something, and I would just need to bring it out. Sometimes people think I'm actually better with my head than my feet, but I actually think I like using my feet than my head. I'm a skillful player, even if I want to, and I think I have most of it.
Paul is een spits die gaat altijd in de box scoren, of dat nu Denemarken is, of dat nu hier bij ons in Genk of in België is. Ik ben ook overtuigd dat hij in de Premier League ook altijd zal scoren.
That's why he's the top scorer in the league.
Mena.
Mustafa Onuachu. He and Genk cannot stop scoring.
When you score, you're more happier. But sometimes too, you could feel when you play good. When you play good, when you move with the ball, you could also feel that, but you could also feel that there's something missing. No matter how good you play, but as a striker, when you don't score, you could feel a little bit, okay.
Nee, hij heeft ons verbaasd, absoluut. Ik denk ook, ja, alle records en degelen geschoten met die doelpunten. Nee, dat hadden wij niet verwacht.
An applause and a big smile on Paul Onuachu's face.
And when you hear the history about these things, of course you want to win. So, and of course I'm proud and happy that yeah, I'm one of the players that won it.
Ik weet wel als technisch directeur wat wij als club hier in handen hebben. Iemand die garantie geeft op 20, 25 doelpunten per seizoen. Ja, daar staat ook gewoon geen prijs op. Zeker niet gezien de club die wij zijn. Zo spitsen vind je niet bij.
Sometimes football is not fair, you know. The past players, they didn't score the smart goals and they make transfers, but I was like, okay, Paul, what is wrong? What happened? Okay, this goes, of course. A lot of rumors, a lot of things. Okay, let's say Genk is putting a high price tag in the summer last season, which maybe chase some of the team, but yeah.
Goed, ik vind dat ook ergens normaal. Je wordt topschutter, alle records en degelen. We doen het als club goed en dan denk je, en ik denk ook dat hij dat met zijn familie zo al besproken had, van nu gaat die transfer komen en dat is niet gebeurd. En dat was voor hem moeilijk. Hij heeft daar echt wel moeite mee gehad, ook in de maand augustus nog.
Al die kritiek en misschien de drukte van de fans en alles wat te veel voor hem wordt. Maar hij zegt meestal, it's part of it. It's part of football, it's part of my job. So I've gotten used to it. It's not now that I'm facing it, I've been facing it for a long while.
Als ik zeg dat ik vind dat hij bij elke Premier League ploeg zijn plaats zou hebben, daar blijf ik bij. En dan durf ik de grootste namen uit te spreken, gelijk Arsenal, Liverpool. Maar dan moet je mijn woorden wel nemen in een bepaalde context. En dat is niet dat ik gezegd heb, Paul Onuachu zal hier gemakkelijk eerste spits bij Arsenal of Liverpool kunnen zijn. Maar in zo'n kern meedraaien om het verschil te maken als hij inkomt, absoluut bij elke Engelse club. En waarom niet Engeland dan, als dat zijn droom is.
I just want to keep playing until the body said stop. Yeah, and yeah, right now I don't think I have a limit right now. I just want to keep playing until, yeah.
The sky is the limit.
Yeah.